Good morning. We're going to do the Ashtanga traditional primary series this morning. So going through every single pose, and I'll be demonstrating them in the full expression of the poses. But as you know, what you've learned through the week, we've been going through the modifications of the poses. So any of the postures that you're not feeling comfortable with, either leave them out or do a modified version of that posture. I think one of the main themes of doing the Saturday-led class is that it shows this aspect of yoga that's not always very nice and very beautiful. It's actually like quite austere. And by that I mean there's a perception of yoga that it's incense and candles and retreats in Byron Bay and spell dresses and boho lux and I don't know. Not that any of those things are bad, they're actually really nice things. But we have to see that there's a very difficult side to yoga as well. And that's where we use the word tapas, which is also the word for austerity. So it's this grueling thing that we're going to be putting ourselves through. And something that's austere, something that we don't necessarily want to do, but we're going to do anyway because we know that it's going to be beneficial in the long run. Okay. And one of the things that you use when it's an austere type situation, it doesn't necessarily mean that just go so hard that you're pushing beyond your extreme. You need a compass point. And that compass point is the way that you're breathing. So following a smooth, gentle Ujjayi breath. If you can regulate your breath and not let it get too erratic through the sequence, then you're able to moderate your nervous system so that you don't put the body into a stressful response or a painful response. Everything that your body is doing is being informed by your breath, and your breath is informing your body. So just for the next hour and a half, stick very close with your breath. I'll be giving simple cues today, so just listen for them. But most of you will already know the series, so follow along with your breath. Try to arrive and leave poses at the start and the end of an inhalation or an exhalation. So that way you're always moving in time with your body's, your breath is always moving in time with your body's movements, and that's how we create the vinyasa aspect of the practice. Okay, without further rambling, let's get started. So just come up into standing. And just arriving to the front of the mat. And just feeling how the feet are as you stand in a nice comfortable position. You can have the big toes together, the heels slightly apart. Some people prefer the heels together, but feel for yourself. Heels together or heels apart, one or the other will be better for most people. I like them slightly apart. Feel the shin bones set into the ankles. Feel the toes. Lift the toes and spread them out as wide as you can. Spread, 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 spread. And reach out through the toe bones. Feel every metatarsal, every bone in the foot is trying to separate from each other. And then ground the big toe. Feel the inner arch of the foot as you press the big toe down. And then reach the little toe out a little wider and ground that as well. And now with the toes spread out, imagine the feet are kind of like suction caps, squeezing into the ground, particularly emphasizing the arch of the foot and the inner part of the ankle. Squeeze them in so it's like it's sucking energy from the ground up through the legs towards the inner thighs and to your pelvic floor where you find the Mula Bandha. Lift the chest up. Bring the hands into prayer. And we'll start with the opening mantra. Inhale. Vande Gurunam Charanara Vinde Sandar Parashita Svatama Sukhavabode Nishreyase Janglikaya Mane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Shanka Chakrasi Dharanam Sahasra Sirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Finding your Ujjayi breaths, release the hands, fingertips descend, shoulder blades descend. Respread your toes and rediscover the grounding into the feet and suction-like action of the feet, squeezing into the arch of the foot, squeezing the ankles towards each other, connecting you to the Mula Bandha. Engage your big four that connect you to the core. The front of the thighs, activate. The back of the thighs, activate. The buttocks as well. And the belly in. All those muscles will direct you to your core. Find the inhalation is up the spine, exhalation down the spine, which is going to coincide with all the upward and downward type movements for the next 90 minutes. Open the eyes and we'll begin. Here come, inhale, reach the hands up, reach through the fingertips, look to the thumbs. Dway, exhale, lower belly in, keep the gaze forwards as you fold, hands to the mat, bend the knees if you need to. Trini, head up, shoulders back. Chatwari, ground the hands, step back with the right leg, then the left leg, look forwards and lower down, elbows close to the sides, Chaturanga. Punch, inhale, point the toes, lift the chest up, look to the nose, Shat, exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. 1, spread the fingers, spread the toes and bend your knees. 2, try and come up high onto the toes and lift the sitting bones up as high as you can. 3, which is informing the body of the tilt that you want to have on the pelvis. 4, keep pushing through the fingertips, lift the sitting bones even higher, lower belly in. 5, connect your toes, bend the knees, crouch, and then propel yourself forwards with the left foot, then the right foot, come halfway up. Ashtanga, exhale, fold down, lower belly in. Nava, inhale, connect to the hamstrings, reach up, look thumbs. Exhale, Samastiti. Here come, inhale, lower belly in, look to your thumbs. Dway, exhale, folding forwards, relax the neck, look to the nose. Trini, open the throat, look forwards. Chatwari, step back with the left leg, then the right leg. Feet hip width apart, gaze forwards and lower yourself halfway down, Chaturanga. Roll over the toes, bring the chest up. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. 1, so again, bend the knees, come up high on the toes, lift the sitting bones high. 2, try and maintain that same position of the pelvis as you slowly start to straighten the legs. 3, working the heels towards the back wall, firming the front of the thighs. 4, keep pushing through the fingertips. 5, Sapta, inhale, step forwards with the right, then the left leg, halfway up. Ashtanga, exhale, release the neck, look to the nose. Connect to the hamstrings, Nava, lift up, look thumbs. Exhale, Samastiti. Again, here come, inhale. Dway, exhale. Look to the nose. Trini, gaze forwards. Chatwari, ground the hands, step or hop back, lift the sitting bones high. As the feet land, lower down, Chaturanga. Punch, strong legs, bring the pelvis forwards through the arms. Shat, down dog. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. 1, breathe into the sides of the trunk, separating the ribs. 2, push through the fingertips and reach the crown of the head to the thumbs. 3, creating a nice straight line up to the tailbone, which is also reaching up. 4, and the shoulder blades reach back to the pelvis as well. 5, Sapta, bend the knees, crouch, launch from your toes, hop forwards, halfway up. Ashtanga, exhale, release the neck. Nava, inhale, lift up, look thumbs. Exhale, Samastiti. Ekam, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Trini, inhale, open the throat, shoulders back. Chatwari, press into the hands, lift up, hop back, lower down, Chaturanga. Panch, inhale, breathe into the collarbones, look to your nose. Shut, down dog. 5 breaths. 1, try to soften the front part of your ankle. 2, so there's no tendon bulging there, just a feeling of the skin on the front of the shins is trying to lift. 3, then your kneecaps lifting as well. 4, feel into the back of the knee, feel for the sensation there. 5, bend the knees, crouch, Sapta, step or hop forwards, halfway up. Ashtanga, exhale, release the neck, look to the nose. Nava, connect to the hamstrings, reach up, look thumbs. Exhale, Samastiti. Last one, Ekam, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Punch, inhale. Shut, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sapta, bend the knees, crouch, hop forwards. Ashtanga, exhale. Nava, inhale, reach up. Exhale, Samastiti. Surya Namaskari, Ekam, bend the knees deeply, send the knees forward, sweep the hands up, look thumbs. Dwe, exhale, hands to the ground, look to the nose. Trini, open the throat, come onto your fingertips. Chatwari, step or hop back, lower down, Chaturanga. Panch, inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift the chest. Shut, down dog. Sapta, step forwards with the right leg, ground the blade of back foot, lift the hands, reach up, square your shoulders. Ashtanga, exhale, step back, Chaturanga. Nava, full breath, lift the chest. Dasha, down dog. Ekodasha, left foot forwards, ground the blade of the back foot, sweep the hands up, square the shoulders. Dvedasha, fold down, step back, Chaturanga. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, down dog. 5 breaths. 1, spread the fingers, spread the toes. 2, ground particularly into your forefinger knuckle. 3, feel the elbows squeeze in towards each other a bit. 4, and the shoulder blades reach back towards the pelvis, engage the upper back. 5, Panchadasha, hop forwards. Shodasha, exhale, release the neck. Suktadasha, bend deeply as low as you can and sweep hands up. Exhale, Samastiti. Ekam, bend the knees, keep the bottom nice and low. Lower ribs in. Dwe, exhale, falling down. Trini, head up. Chatwari, hop back, Chaturanga. Panch, inhale, bring the hips forward through the arms. Shut, exhale, down dog. Sapta, right foot forwards, ground the back foot, firm the buttocks as you reach up, look thumbs. Ashtanga, exhale, step back, Chaturanga. Nava, up dog. Dasha, down dog. Left foot forwards, inhale, reach the hands up, firm the buttocks, look to your thumbs. Dvedasha, fold forward, step back, Chaturanga. Trikonasana, legs strong, keep the legs firm through the up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. 1. 2. 3. Let your breath move the spine. 4. Sending wave-like motions up and down it. 5. Panchadasha, inhale, hop forwards. Shodasha, exhale, release the neck. Suktadasha, bend the knees, squeeze the thighs together, look to your thumbs. Exhale, Samasthiti. Last one, here come. Dve. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale, Chaturanga. Panch, inhale, lift the back of the thighs up. Shut, exhale. Sapta, right foot forwards. Inhale, reach up, look thumbs, firm the buttocks. Exhale, fold, step back, Chaturanga. Nava, up dog, point the toes, firm the thighs. Dasha, down dog. Ekodasha, left foot forwards, ground blade of back foot, lift the hands, reach up, look thumbs. Dvedasha, exhale, fold forward, step back, Chaturanga. Trikonasana, full breath, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, down. 1. Slow your breath down. 2. 3. Find the wave-like movement up and down the spine. 4. 5. Panchadasha, inhale, hop forwards. Shodasha, exhale. Suktadasha, bend the knees, reach the knees forwards, look to the thumbs. Exhale, Samasthiti. Surya Namaskar. Padangustasana, hop the feet out to the sides, send the chest forwards. Take hold of the toes. And exhale, release the neck, look to the nose. Holding here. 1. So bend the knees if you need to. 2. But then if you can straighten the legs without pain, firm the front of the thighs. 3. Shoulders back, elbows out to the sides. 4. Keep lower belly in, pelvis tilting forwards. 5. Inhale, look forwards. Padahastasana, hand under the foot, toes touch the wrists. Inhale, bring the weight forwards again, and exhale, release the neck, look to the nose, keeping lower belly in. 1. Breathe into the tensions of your back. 2. And then a slight feeling of trying to pull the wrist out from the foot. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, hands to the hips, lower belly in. Inhale, connect to the hamstrings and come up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Hopping out to the right hand side, Trikonasana, left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Reach forwards, take hold of the big toe, front 2 fingers, or take hold of the ankle. Looking top thumb. 1, ground the big toe, front foot, ground the heel of the back foot. 2, feel the right thigh is trying to externally rotate as you lift the left hip up. 3, feel like your right buttock is trying to tuck underneath your left hip. 4, collarbones reach forwards. 5, inhale, come back up to the center, right foot turns in, left foot turns out. On the exhale, reach forwards, take hold of the toe or the ankle, looking top thumb. 1, ground the big toe, front foot, heel of the back foot. 2, left thigh is an external rotation. 3, so that's trying to tuck your left buttock underneath your right hip. 4, feel your right hip becoming a high point of the body. 5. Inhale, come up. Left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Pravrita Trikonasana. Square the hips and place the left hand onto the ankle or onto the outside of the right foot. Optional, lift the right hand, look to the thumb, holding it. 1. So if you feel off balance, best to keep the right hand on the hip. 2. Now as you ground the big toe of the front foot, the right hip reaches back. 3. Keep the collarbones moving towards the front wall, shoulders away from the ears. 4. Keep pushing down through your bottom hand. 5. Inhale up to the center, right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Square the hips and on the exhale, place the hand either to the shin or to the outside of the left foot. And then optional, lift the left hand up. 1. Alternatively, you can keep the hand on the hip. 2. Big toe grounds, left hip reaches back. 3. Collarbones forward, sitting bones back. 4. Push down through the bottom hand, reach up through the top hand. 5. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, Samastiti. Bujakidasana, hopping out to the right hand side. Left foot turns in, right foot turns out. On the exhale, bend the front knee, hand to the outside of the foot. Or an easier version is to have your right forearm on the right thigh. Holding here. 1. Push the feet into opposite directions of each other. 2. Reach out through the fingertips. 3. Pull the shoulder blade back. Open the hip to the side wall. 4. Connect to the front heel. Try to pull the front heel towards the back heel. 5. Now use your front heel to come up. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out. On the exhale, bend the front knee. Forearm to thigh, or the hand to the outside of the left foot. Reach the right arm over. 1. Push the feet into opposite directions of each other. 2. Reach through the fingertips, but then pull the shoulder blade back. 3. Right hip, trying to open to the side wall. 4. Now connect to your front heel, pull it towards your back heel. 5. Use it to inhale, come up. Left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Lift the back heel off the ground and slot the elbow into the outside of the right knee. Wiggle the torso close to the thigh. Either keep the hands in prayer, or if you can, ground the left hand and straighten out the right hand. And only if it feels comfortable, some of you might want to ground the blade of the back foot. 2. Squeeze in at the hips. 3. Bring the hips nice and low. 4. Reach through fingertips, pull the shoulder blade back. 5. Inhale, come up to the center. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Lift the back heel off the ground. Slot the elbow into the outside of the knee. Wiggle the torso close to the thigh. Hands in prayer. Or ground the right hand and reach out through the left. Optional, ground the back heel. 2. Squeeze in at the hips, firm the buttocks. 3. Reach through the fingertips, pull the shoulder blade back. 4. Keep depth to your breath. Follow your breath all the time. 5. Inhale, come up to the center. And exhale, front of the mat, Samastiti. Prasarita Parottanasana A. Wide step out to the side. Bring the hands onto the hips. Inhale, push the hips down as you lift the chest up. And exhale, folding forwards, send the chest forwards, and bring the hands to the ground. Inhale, lift the head up, look forwards, come onto the fingertips. And exhale, folding the rest of the way down, looking to the nose tip. 1. Press into the blades of the feet. 2. Then try and squeeze the knees towards each other a bit. 3. See if you can shift the weight more forwards towards the toes. 4. Strong legs. 5. Connect to the hamstrings. Inhale, keep connecting to them as you look forwards. Exhale, hands to the hips, connect to the lower belly, connect to the hamstrings again, and inhale, use them to come up. Exhale. B, open the arms to the sides, Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, push the hips down, squeeze the elbows in, and exhale, folding forwards. Release the neck, look to the nose. 1, feel with your hands on the hips that the hips are even. 2, then firm the thighs, squeeze the knees towards each other. 3, keep pushing the hands onto the hips, lengthening the spine out of its sockets. 4, the spine being dragged out of the pelvis. 5, connect to the hamstrings and inhale, come up. Exhale. C, open the arms out to the sides and interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest up, and exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you come forwards and looking to the nose. 1, make sure ear is back in line with the shoulders. 2, then re-squeeze the shoulder blades together. 3, perhaps gradually shifting weight towards the toes. 4, feeling the hands coming just a smidgen further each breath. 5, inhale, come up. Exhale. D, inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, lower belly in as you fold forwards and take hold of the big toes. Inhale, look forward, squeeze the knees towards each other, firm thighs, and exhale, release the neck, look to the nose tip. 1, pull the toes, lift the elbows up. 2, while simultaneously trying to push your own toe down. 3, shoulders away from the ears. 4, keeping legs strong. 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, come the rest of the way up. And exhale, front of the mat. Samastiti, feet together, hands by the sides. Bujakidasana, 1 meter wide step out to the side. And hands come behind the back, either grasping the elbows or taking the reverse prayer. Left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Square the hips to the back wall. And on the exhale, folding halfway down the first breath. Inhale, crown of head forward, sitting bones back. Lift the elbows. 2, gradually moving a little further, chin towards the shin. 3, as you ground the big toe front foot, the right hip reaching back. 4, visualize the straight line out the crown of the head and out the tailbone. 5, inhale, come up. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Square the hips to the front. And on the exhale, folding halfway down. Lift the elbows up, crown of head forward, sitting bones back. 2, ground the big toe front foot, the left hip reaches back. 3, chest forwards, reach the collarbones forwards. 4, moving a little further down, chin towards the shin. 5, inhale, come up to the center. Exhale, front of the mat, samastiti, feet together, hands by the sides. Untitled hands to the hips. Bring either just the right knee up to the chest, or if you can, taking hold of the big toe, front 2 fingers. Lift the leg into position, whichever version you take, and then there's optional forward fold, chin to shin. 1, attempt to straighten the supporting leg. 2, particularly grounding the big toe. 3, keep your gaze still. 4, try to use the leg to support itself up. 5, inhale, come up, those folded. And exhale, take the leg out to the side. The gaze is over the left shoulder. Holding there. 1, if you're on the knee, just take the knee out to the side. 2, looking for the opening through the groin, whichever version you're in. 3, straighten supporting leg, lift the collarbones up. 4, gaze still. 5, inhale, leg back to the center. Exhale, optional forward fold. Inhale, come up. And exhale, keep the leg up, point the toe. 1, hips are even. 2, suck the thigh into the hip. 3, spread the toes, reach out through the big toe. 4, little higher. 5, take the leg down. Other side, left leg comes up. Either taking hold of the knee or take hold of the big toe. If you've got the big toe, working the leg straight, there is the optional forward fold, chin to shin. Holding here. 1, chest forwards, shoulders back. 2, ground into the big toe, lift from the pelvic floor. 3, gaze still. 4, shoulder back. 5, inhale coming up. Exhale, take the leg out to the side. Gaze over the right shoulder. 1, lift the collarbones. 2, look for the opening through the groin, inner thigh. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, leg comes back to the center. Exhale, optional fold. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, letting go of the foot. Holding there. 1, hips are even. 2, point the big toe. 3, spread the toes. 4, a little higher. 5, slowly come down. Ardha Padma, Padmottanasana. Right leg comes up, close the knee joint, folding the leg into half lotus. Or if you can, take the hand behind the back, grab the elbow, or grab hold of the toe. And then if you've got the big toe, on the exhale is the optional forward fold, bringing the hand onto the ground and releasing the neck. 1, 2, you can visualize that the hips are in an even position. 3, as the pelvis tends to want to twist in this pose. 4, so visualize hips are in the same place in space. 5, inhale, look forwards. Exhale, inhale, come the rest of the way up. And exhale, releasing the leg. Other side, left leg comes up, fold the leg into lotus. If you've got the leg in lotus, optional, bring the left hand behind the back to take the elbow. Or if you can, take hold of the big toe with the front 2 fingers. Then the optional forward fold. Bring the hand to the ground, just in front of where your right foot would be, and releasing neck. 1, straighten the supporting leg if you can. 2, gazes to the nose tip. 3, visualize the hips are even in space, horizontal to the ground. 4, 5, inhale, look forwards, come onto fingertips, and exhale. Inhale, come the rest of the way up, and exhale with control, taking the leg out. Samastiti. Here, come, inhale, reach up, look thumbs. Dway, exhale, send the chest forwards as you fold. Trini, head up, shoulders back. Chatwari, step or hop back, Chaturanga. Punch, inhale, lift the chest, strong legs. Shat, exhale, down dog. Sapta, inhale, hop forwards, bend the knees, sweep the hands up, look to the thumbs, holding here. 1, bring the bottom low. 2, reach through the fingertips. 3, firm your belly. 4, work the hands a little higher if you can, look to your thumbs. 5, exhale, fold down, hands to the ground. Inhale, optional lift and hover. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, strong legs. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forwards, warrior 1, ground the blade of the back foot, sweep the hands up, look to the thumbs, holding here. 1, bend deep into the front knee. 2, ground firmly the blade of the back foot. 3, try to bring your left hip forwards. 4, try and bring your right hip backwards. 5, keep looking to the thumbs, turn to the other side. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out, bending the left knee. 1, ground the blade of the back foot. 2, right hip tries to reach forwards. 3, left hip tries to reach backwards. 4, reach through the fingertips, look to your thumbs. 5, warrior 2, open the arms out to the sides, looking to left middle finger. 1, check that the knee is directly above the ankle. 2, both thigh bones try to externally rotate. 3, reach through the fingers. 4, tall through the crown, lift the collarbones. 5, keep the head low, turn to the other side, left foot in, right foot out. Hold in there. 1, check the knees above the ankle. 2, both thigh bones, external rotation. 3, reach through fingers, reach tall through the crown. 4, 5, windmill the hands to the ground. Optional lift and hover, or just step back into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, coming into seated. And straighten out the legs. Dandasana, the feet together. Hands by side the hips, and lower the chin to the collarbones, closing the eyes. 1, follow the sound of the breath. 2, the inhale up the spine, the exhale down the spine. 3, re-engage your connection to the pelvic floor. 4, activity through the toes, spread your toes. 5, and firm your thighs. Inhale, reach forwards, take the big toes, look up, bend the knees if you need to, and exhale, fold chin to shin, looking to toes, holding there. 1, chest forwards, shoulders back. 2, push forwards with the big toe as you pull the shoulder blades back. 3, squeeze the ankles towards each other. 4, lower belly in. 5, inhale, lift the head up. Take hold of the sides of the feet or take hold of the bind of the left wrist and refolding, reach the rib cage over the front of the thighs. 1, can help to push the heels down into the mat a little bit. 2, feel at the back of the knees attempting to ground. 3, only if you've got the straight leg option. 4, collarbones forwards towards your feet. 5, inhale, look up. Exhale. Inhale the rest of the way up, cross the ankles, vinyasa, hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, hop through, come to seated. Puruvottanasana, hands 20 centimeters behind the buttocks, spread out the fingers. Inhale, lift the hips up, reach the toes down, look to your nose. 1, hips up. 2, squeeze your elbows towards each other. 3, squeeze the ankles towards each other. 4, reach the toes down. 5, slowly come down. Cross the ankles, vinyasa, hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, coming into seated. Ardha Baddha Padma, Paschimottanasana. Right leg folds back. Bring the heel in line with the navel. You could either just stop here and work on opening the hip, or if you can, place the foot into the hip crease. Right hand comes behind the back to take the elbow or the toe. But if you have the toe, reach forwards with the left hand and take the side of the foot. Otherwise, just stay upright with the spine. 1, chest forwards, shoulders back. 2, breathe the heart forwards towards the foot. 3, squaring the shoulders. 4, flexing your right toe will help with the grip if you're struggling with that. 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, inhale, come the rest of the way up. Cross the ankles, optional vinyasa in your own time. Left leg folds back, bring the heel in line with the navel and across to the top of the right thigh. Left hand comes behind the back to take the elbow or take the toe. If you have the toe, then forward fold, take the side of the foot, holding here, chin to shin. 1, big toe forwards, little toes reach back.
2, lift the elbow and pull the right shoulder back. 3, collarbones forwards to the foot. 4, 5, inhale, look up, exhale, inhale, come the rest of the way up, release the leg through vinyasa, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, reach the sitting bones right back. Inhale, step or hop through, Triangmukha Ekapadapashimottanasana. The right leg folds back, heel by the side of the buttock, and line the shin up with the side of the mat. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall, and exhale, fold forwards. Keep your hands either side of the foot, or taking the foot or the bind. Holding here. 1, strong left leg. 2, which helps you keep the balance. 3, reach the right hip backwards. 4, bring the shoulders backwards. 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up. Release the leg. Optional vinyasa in your own time. Hopping through. Left side. Fold the left leg back. Heel to the side of the buttock. Straight line between the shin and the side of the mat. Inhale, chest up tall. Exhale, fold forwards. Keep the hands either side of the shin, or take the foot or the bind. Holding here. 1, big toe forwards, little toes back. 2, firm the outside of the right thigh. 3, left hip reaching backwards. 4, chin towards the shin, keep looking to the toe. 5, inhale, head up, look up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up. Through vinyasa, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, coming into seated. Janushishasana. Hey, right leg folds back, bringing the foot to the inside edge of the thigh. The big toenail reaches down. Increase the gap between ribs and hips, and fold forwards, taking hold of the foot, holding here. 1, if you want to be a bit deeper in it, it's the right hand grabs the left wrist. 2, again it's big toe forwards, little toes back. 3, right side of the rib cage moves towards your left knee. 4, 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up, release the leg. Optional vinyasa in your own time. If anyone wants to skip vinyasas between each side, you can just bring the knees to chest. Inhale, lift the bottom up. Hold, exhale, slowly come down, and then set up for the other side. Left leg comes back, bring the foot to the inner thigh. Big toenail reaches down. Inhale, increase the gap between the ribs and the hips. And exhale, fold forwards, lining the spine up with the thigh bone as you fold, taking the foot, hold here. 1, optional, you can grab the right wrist. 2, send the left side of the ribcage towards the right knee. 3, big toe forwards, little toes back. 4, keep grounding the back of your right knee. 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, hold. Inhale the rest of the way up, release the leg, cross the ankles through vinyasa, hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, pelvis forwards, chest up. Exhale, down dog. Hop through, coming into seated. Janushishasana B. We'll take B and C at a slightly quicker rate. So just bring the heel into the groin, lift the bottom up, and sitting on the heel. And then finding a 45-degree angle between the thigh bones. On your next exhale, fold forwards, taking the left foot, holding here. 1, squeeze the pelvic floor. 2, keep the collarbones reaching forwards. 3, 4, tongue to the roof of the mouth, connect it to the pelvic floor. 5, and then inhale, look up. Hold, squeeze, exhale. Inhale, come the rest of the way up. Release the foot, cross the ankles. Optional vinyasa in your own time. Left side, fold the left leg back and lift the bottom onto the heel. 45-degree angle between the thigh bones, and then a forward fold, taking the ankle of the foot, holding here. 1, and also bind if you like. 2, squeeze the pelvic floor. 3, tongue pressing to the roof of the mouth. 4, creating a straight line through the biological core. 5, inhale, head up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up. Optional vinyasa, through vinyasa, step up back, lower down chaturanga. It's compulsory vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hop through, coming into seated. Marichyasana, C. The right leg folds back, bring the heel in line with the navel, flex the toes back, bring the right hand underneath the shin and grasp the base of the big toe. Turn the toes downwards and then press the foot to the inside edge of the thigh. And if you want to move deeper into it, you can lift the bottom forwards. Otherwise, just use the hands to support the ankle. Then there's the optional forward fold, grabbing the foot and lifting the navel onto your heel. 1, chest forwards, shoulders back. 2, you can press the foot to the inside of the thigh. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up. Optional vinyasa in your own time. Left side comes back, bring the heel in line with the navel, flex the toes, bring the left hand under the ankle and grasping the big toe. Turn the toes downwards as the heel points upwards, putting the foot into place on the inner thigh, and then lift the bottom up, shuffle the weight forwards, and then there's the optional forward fold, taking the foot or the bind. 1, push the foot to the inner thigh a bit. 2, feeling like the knee is trying to reach away from the hip. 3, if you can, place the navel onto the heel. 4, 5, inhale, head up, look up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up. Cross the ankles through vinyasa, hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, coming to seated Marichyasana A. Fold the right leg back, heel to the side of the buttock. Foot and the thigh should be about shoulder width apart. Reach the right hand forwards. For beginners, take the instep of the foot or just the ankle and stay here. Or if you can move further, wrapping around, low on the shin, hand binding with the left hand or the left wrist. Inhale, lift the collarbones up, and exhale, folding chin to shin, looking to the toe. 1, push the right foot down, intentionally lift the right buttock up. 2, squeeze the thigh firmly to the ribs. 3, shoulders away from the ears, try to straighten your arms. 4, strong left thigh. 5, inhale, head up, look up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up. Release the leg, optional vinyasa in your own time. Left leg comes back, bring the heel towards the buttock, foot and thigh, shoulder width apart. Reach forwards with the left arm, take the ankle or the instep of the foot for beginners. Or if you can move further, sweep the hand low around the front of the shin, binding with the right hand or the right wrist. Lift the collarbones up, lift the left sitting bone up, and exhale, folding down, holding here. 1, right leg stays strong, spread toes. 2, push into your left heel, lift the buttock up. 3, squeeze the thigh to the rib cage. 4, try to straighten the arms, try to bring your chest forwards. 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up through Vinyasa. Step or hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And step or hop through, coming into seated. Marichyasana B. Fold the left leg back. For beginners, put the left leg underneath the right thigh. For everybody else, put the left leg into lotus. Right leg comes back, heel to the buttocks, similar like last pose, and reach the right hand forwards. You can either stay here, or if you want to move further, wrap around the thigh and bind with the left hand or the left wrist. On the exhale, release the neck, looking straight down, holding here. 1, noting you can relax the upper back for this pose. 2, breathe into the upper back as you allow it to round a bit. 3, keep pushing your left knee downwards. 4, thighs squeezing to ribs. 5, inhale, come up. Exhale, inhale the rest of the way up. Release the leg, cross the ankles. Optional vinyasa in your own time. And if you're skipping the vinyasa, there's just the lift up, sit down, and then setting up for the other side. Okay, the other side, the right leg folds back. Again, for beginners, place the right foot underneath your left thigh like this, or otherwise, those who can, put the right leg into lotus, then bring the left heel towards the buttock. Raise the left arm up. So I was looking at you with, reach forwards with the left hand, and then optional, wrap around the shin and take a bind with the right hand or the right wrist. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, relax the neck. Relax the neck. 2, breathe into the upper back. 3, ground the right knee. 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, inhale, come the rest of the way up. Release the leg, cross the ankles through vinyasa, hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, come into seated. Marichyasana C. Right leg comes back, bring the heel in towards the buttock. Foot and the thigh are a hand span apart. Right hand comes behind. Raise the left arm and slot the left elbow into the outside of the right knee. Wiggle the torso close to the thigh. You can either stay here with the hand in stop sign, or wrapping the arm around and binding the right hand, holding there. 1, ground into the right foot. 2, follow the tallness up through the crown. 3, push your right knee into your left arm. 4, keep the left leg active. 5, inhale, turn to the center. Exhale, letting go. Release the leg. Optional vinyasa in your own time. Left side comes back, heel to the buttock, left hand plants behind. Reach up with the right arm and slot the elbow into the outside of the knee, wiggling the torso close to the thigh, hand in stop sign, or if you can, wrap around the front of the shin towards your right hip and then bind with the left hand or the left wrist. Holding there. 1, right leg active. 2, tall through the crown. 3, push your knee into your right arm. 4, 5. Inhale, turn center. Exhale, letting go. Cross the ankles. Through vinyasa. Hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hop through, coming into seated. Marichyasana D. Left leg folds back. For beginners, place the foot underneath the thigh again. For everybody else, put the foot into lotus. ensure that the heel, it's important the heel is in line with the navel for this. Right leg comes back, heel towards the buttock. Right hand comes behind. And then you can either just take hold of the left shin and work the twist here, or if you can, reach up and slot the elbow into the outside of the knee. If you're there already and know the bind, you can also wrap around, taking the bind and holding there. 2, lift the collarbones. 3, push the knee into your left arm. 4, work the left knee downwards, shift your weight towards it. 5, inhale, turn to center. Exhale, letting go. Cross the ankles through optional vinyasa in your own time. Remembering again, if you want to skip vinyasas, there's just the lift up, sit down, and then straighten out the legs. Okay. Other side. The right leg folds back. Press the foot underneath the thigh, or you can put the foot into a lotus. Heel towards the buttock. Oh, you can feel it. Left hand comes behind, reach the right arm up, and then you can either hold onto the shin, or slot the elbow into the outside of the knee, wiggling the torso close to the thigh, and then optional if you can do this comfortably, wrapping the arm around the front of the shin, binding with the left hand or the left wrist. Holding there. 1, lift the chest up. 2, reach the right knee down, shift your weight towards it. 3, collarbones up, shoulder blades down. 4, 5. Inhale, turn to center. Exhale, release. Letting go, cross the ankles and through vinyasa. Step or hop back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, coming into seated. Navasana, bird pose. Bring the feet together, knees together, hands out in front and lifting the feet off the ground. They can be here, here, or here. 1, strong legs, lift the chest. 2, shoulders back, chest up. 3, soft hands. 4, 5, cross the ankles. Inhale, lifting the bottom up. Hover for a moment. Exhale, slowly down. Then lift the legs up again. No touching the legs though. 1, shoulders back, chest up. 2, reach through the fingertips. 3, belly firm. 4, feel the back of the thighs moving away from your torso. 5, then cross the ankles, lift the bottom up. Exhale down, and returning again, lift the feet. Holding here. 1, if your lower back's rounded, better to bend the knees. 2, otherwise challenge yourself. Straighten the legs. 3, firm the thighs. 4, 5, cross the ankles, hands to the ground. Inhale, lifting up, slowly up. Squeeze, slowly down. And returning again. Holding. 1, keeping the hands at shoulder height. 2, keeping the face relaxed. 3, point the toes, spread the toes. 4, 5, cross the ankles. Inhale, slowly up. Exhale, slowly down. Returning again. Last one. 1, 2, firm thighs. 3, lift your chest. 4, 5, cross the ankles. Step or hop back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And just pausing here for a moment. So anyone who's been practicing for less than 6 months, I'd encourage you to stop here and don't attempt any of the next poses. Just take a rest for 10 minutes and then rejoin us for the finishing sequence. But for all the thrill seekers out there, we'll continue with the practice. So from here, hopping into Bujakidasana, hop the legs around the joints, crossing at the ankles. Cross the ankles. This is A, spine up between the shoulder blades. And for B, point the toes and forward fold, flattening the spine. Holding here. 1, chin hovering just above the mat. 2, lift the feet off the ground. 3, crown of head forward, sitting bones back. 4, should feel like a chaturanga. 5, inhale, come up. Exhale, inhale, straighten the legs. Point the toes, lift the legs up. Exhale, bring the legs back into Bakasana. And then lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through. And coming into seated. Okay, so we'll do some variations for the postures for the second half of the series, since I know most people on the course aren't familiar with the later poses, so we'll explore them some more. Starting with for the legs behind the head, the Karamasana, which is the lead up to the legs behind the head postures. The feet come just outside mat width distance apart, and then slot your shoulders as much underneath the thigh as you can, and grabbing onto the front of the shin, or the front of the ankle. And from here, this can be your pose today. If that's already feeling like there's some lengthening in the lower back, just stay there. Otherwise, if you want to move further, working the feet forwards, pointing the toes up, and then eventually, when the shoulders feel comfortable for it, take the arms out to the sides, or if you want to move further, take the hands fully back and lowering yourself down. Initially it would be the forehead on the ground, but then eventually, once that's comfortable, bring the chin to the ground and work on straightening the legs, even eventually able to lift the heels off the ground. Okay, coming back up, walk the feet backwards, and now walk the feet in towards each other. So this is the variation we'll use for Supta Kamasana. So we're not going to put the legs behind the head. You take the hands to the feet, and then help the feet come a little bit closer towards each other. So see, this is now a little bit like a butterfly pose. I just bring my forehead down. Perhaps it's touching the heels. Perhaps it's just hovering. Either is fine. You can just stay here. 2, rounding the back. 3, telling the hips to just let go. 4, breathing into the back. 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, inhale, come the rest of the way up. Release the legs, cross the ankles and through vinyasa. Step or hop back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step or hop through, coming into seated. And straightening out the legs. Garbhapindasana. Bring the right leg into lotus, then the left leg. If lotus isn't possible for you, just do easy crossed legs is fine. And those of you that can get the arms through the legs here, so there's pushing the arm, one arm, then the other arm through, then grabbing onto the forehead, you can take that version of the pose, but we'll just work a variation today, bringing the knees to the chest, hugging the thighs, and binding the fingers. One in here. 2, sitting up tall on your sitting bones. 3, shoulders away from the ears. 4, working the knees towards each other, tightening the lotus. 5, and then rocking 9 times in a circle. Exhale, down the spine. Inhale, up the spine. 2, exhale, down. Inhale, up. Turning a little bit each time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on the 9th one, rocking up into Kokatasana. Press the hands into the mat, lift the bottom off the ground, holding here. 1, knees up. 2, lift your feet off the ground if you can. 3, for those in lotus, that'll keep it easier. 4, 5. Slowly come down, hopping through Vinyasa, jump back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hopping through, come to seated, Bujakidasana. Bring the heels in towards the groin. And turning the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. So your thumbs should be on the instep of the foot and the soles facing up. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, send the chest forwards as you fold. Holding here. 1. Eventually, chin to the ground. 2. 3. 4. Elbows close to the sides. 5. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bringing the forehead towards the feet, rounding the spine, and bringing the head into the insoles of the foot. 1. Keep the elbows close to your trunk. 2. The elbows can also help the thighs on their way down. 3. Breathe into your upper back. 4. Allow the spine to round. 5. Inhale, curl yourself back up. Release the legs, cross the ankles, Vinyasa, hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hop through, coming into seated. And straighten out the legs. Upavishta Konasana, take the feet out wide. So 90 degrees between the legs. And reach forwards, taking hold of the sides of the feet and getting the thumb onto the blade of the foot as well. Otherwise, just grab the ankles. Holding here. 1, chest forwards, shoulders back. 2, flex the toes back, point them to the ceiling. 3, eventually forehead touches the ground. 4, and then as chin touches the ground. 5. Inhale, straighten up, look up. Exhale. Take the hands away from the feet. And then inhale, lift the feet up to the hands. Point the toes and look to the ceiling. 1, chest up, shoulders back. 2, gradually working the legs further back. 3, point the toes, reach through the toes. 4, firm the thighs. 5, cross the ankles, hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hop through, coming into seated. Trikonasana. Straighten out the legs, roll down onto the back. Bring the feet over the top of the head. And so it's like a plow pose, but then separate the feet out wide. Grab hold of your big toes, front 2 fingers, thumbs on the toe tip. Holding here. 1, back of the thighs lift towards the ceiling. 2, and engage the front of the thigh. 3, all the legs active and lifting up. 4, 5, rock back into the toes, and then inhale, propel yourself to rock up. And then exhale, come down. Chin towards the ground, inhale, come up. Exhale, release the legs, cross the ankles, Vinyasa, hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hop through, coming into seated. And straightening out the legs. Suttaparangustasana, roll down onto the back. Bring the right leg up, grabbing hold of the big toe, front 2 fingers. And then exhale, optional, fold chin to shin. Holding here, 1, feel the back of your knee, straighten. 2, left hand is on the left thigh. 3, try to point both toes. 4, crunch into the navel. 5, inhale, come back down. Exhale, take the leg out to the side, but keep your left shoulder grounded. Holding there. 1, no rush to get the foot to the ground, that's fine if it's hovering. 2, but then try and firm the thigh, feel into the back of the knee. 3, feel the opening through the groin. 4, keeping left shoulder grounded, keep left hip grounded. 5, inhale, bring the leg back up to the center. Exhale, fold chin to shin. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, release the leg. Other side. Inhale, left leg up, take hold of the toe. Exhale, optional, fold chin to shin. Holding there. 1. Point the big toe of your straight leg. And 2. Both straight legs. Point the toes. 3. Feel the back of your knee. Firm the thigh. 4. Strong navel. Kiss the knee. 5. And bring the head back down. Leg comes out to the side. Gaze over the right shoulder. 1. Try to keep the right shoulder down. 2. If the leg doesn't touch the ground, that's fine. No rush to get there. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, leg comes back up to the center. Exhale, fold chin to shin. Inhale, come back down and release the leg. Optional Chakrasana, or just rock yourself up and hop back, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hop through, coming into seated. And straightening out the legs. Bujakidasana. Roll down onto the back. Bring the feet up over the back of the head like you're coming for a plow pose. And then grab hold of the big toes. On your next inhale, rock yourself up onto the sitting bones and balancing there. So looking straight up. 1, try to point the toes. 2, pull the shoulder blades back. 3, lift from the core and then lift the chest up as well. 4, squeeze the ankles towards each other. 5, cross the ankles, hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, coming into seated. Straightening out the legs. Roll down onto the back. Urdhva Paschimottanasana. Rock the feet over the back of the head. Point the toes and grab onto the blades of the feet. Thumbs are on the blade of the feet as well, and the fingers should be closer to the heel. On your next inhale, rock yourself up and pointing out the toes. Holding there. 1, reach the toes up to the ceiling. 2, lift your collarbones up. 3, hook the elbows around the back of the calf. 4, firm your thighs, straighten your legs. 5, cross the ankles, hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hopping through, coming to seated. Setu Bandhasana. Those unfamiliar with Setu Bandhasana, just skip this pose. For everybody else, roll down onto the back. And bend the knees very slightly, so the feet move towards the groin by just about 10 centimeters. The feet splay out like a Charlie Chaplin with the heels touching. And then grab the back of the thighs, lift the chest up, and place the crown and the head on the ground. So it's a bit like a fish pose now, and you could just stay there. Or if you want to move further, cross the arms, hands in the armpits, and then push into legs and lift the hips up. Holding there. 1, push the head firmly into the ground. 2, try to straighten the legs. 3, 4, breathe deeply. 5, slowly come down. Good, optional Chakrasana, or just rock yourself back up into seated and through Vinyasa. Hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, coming into seated. Finishing sequence, straighten out the legs and roll down onto the back. The timers. Bring the heels towards the buttocks. Feet about shoulder width distance apart. And the blades of the feet parallel to the front of the mat. Thanks, man. Okay, those who know wheel, come straight into wheel. Otherwise, we'll go through 3 different variations for this, for each of these 3 back bends. So, first variation is bridge pose. Push down into the heels, connect to your hamstrings, and then lift the hips up. See if the hips can come higher up, by pushing into the heels even more. Feel the skin at the shoulders stretching. And interlace the fingers, straighten the arms and work the wrist down. Holding here. 1, push into the heels, hips up. 2, chest reaches towards the back wall. 3, try to straighten the arms, try to reach the knees forwards. 4, hips up, feel the action at the front of the hips. 5, then slowly come down. You can either repeat that pose or coming for half wheel pose. The hands come over the top of the shoulders. Hands shoulder width apart. Elbows also shoulder width apart. And then inhale, push into the hands and the feet at the same time. Lift up and place the crown of the head onto the ground. Holding here. 1, push into the heels, lift the hips up. 2, pushing into the hands. 3, squeezing the elbows in. 4, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other as well. 5. Good. You can walk the hands in a little bit closer towards the heels. And then those taking full wheel on the next inhalation, push into the hands and the feet same time, lift up, holding there. 1, make the hips the highest point of your body. 2, almost like you're trying to straighten your legs. 3, straighten your arms. 4, squeeze the elbows towards each other. 5, tuck the chin in first, then come down, all the way down. Great. Awesome. Bring the knees into the chest, giving tight squeeze and rocking side to side. Just giving a gentle massage for the lower back. Doing all those back bends. Just sends a message of calm back to the nervous system. Rock backwards and forwards. 3 times. And on your third one, returning up to seated. And straighten out the legs. Paschimottanasana. You can take the flesh of the buttocks out to the sides. Slow the breath right down now. Engage the thighs, back of the knee pressing down. Inhale, increase the gap between the ribs and the hips. Exhale, lift the rib cage slowly over the front of the thigh and place the hands to the ground. Inhalations, walk the fingers forwards a couple of centimeters. Each exhalation, feel the heels pushing down, thighs firming, sitting bones pushing down. Inhale, walk the fingers perhaps another couple of centimeters. Exhale, grounding into the heels, hands, back of the knees, sitting bones. You can continue gradually walking your way forwards like this. Or if the hands are already in line with the feet, taking the sides of the feet, or even binding around the front of the feet is fine as well. Oops. Most of the awareness just with the breath now. Very slow breath, preparing you for the rest of the finishing sequence. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Inhale, come the rest of the way up. Cross the ankles and through vinyasa. Hop back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step or hop through, coming into seated. And straightening out the legs. Roll down onto the back, Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. Bring the legs up, the hips up, and place the hands into the small of the back, reaching the toes up towards the ceiling and wiggling the elbows towards each other. 1, reach up with the toes, spread the toes. 2, feel your big toe bone lengthening out its socket, feel its connection to the shin bone. 3, squeeze the ankles towards each other. 4, increase the gap between the ribs and the hips, lengthen out your spine. 5, push your shoulders down, will protect the neck. 6, 7, 8. Keep pointing the toes, keep the legs active. Slowly bring the feet over the back of the head. The feet may or may not touch the ground, but if they do touch the ground, you can point the toes. Keep the hands on the back, or interlace the fingers and push the wrists down. 3, keep lifting the back of the thighs up. 4, firm the front of the thigh, feel the back of the knee. 5, keep increasing the lift of the sitting bones. 6, 7, strong legs. 8, then bend the knees to the forehead or the knees beside the ears, allowing the spine to round. 1, tailbone pointing towards the face. 2, 3, you can have the hands on the back if they need to be there. 4, otherwise straighten the arms and try and squeeze the elbows towards each other. 5, 6, deepen your breath. 7, 8, bring the hands back to the back, and then bring the legs straight up into a shoulder stand again. Urdhva Padmasana. Bring the right leg into lotus, then the left leg. If the lotus isn't possible, just come into an easy cross-leg position, and you can just stay there with the hands on the back. Otherwise, those of you that have the lotus already, bring one hand to the knee, then the other hand to the knee, and work the arms straight. 1, back of the thighs lifting to ceiling. 2, 3, shoulders pushing down as the hands pushing to the knees. 4, 5, back of the thighs up. 6, 7, 8. Bring the knees towards the chest, and then you can either keep the hands on the back or wrap the arms around the front of the thighs and take a bind with the hand or the wrist. 1, squeeze the knees towards each other. 2, tucking of the tailbone, or rounding of the spine. 3, noting that I'm a little bit more on the upper back now. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring the hands to the ground and slowly roll yourself down, attempting to not let the shoulders lift as you roll down. Okay, then grabbing the back of the thighs. Inhale, lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and with control, lowering the crown of the head down. You can even pull on the back of the thighs, pull the back of the head closer towards the pelvis, and then grabbing hold of the feet if you're in lotus. 3, reach the knees away from the hips. 4, knees eventually will ground in this pose. 5, can use the elbows to help lift the chest up. 6, 7, throat is relaxed. 8. Take the legs into like a boat pose with the knees bent, feet together, hands come into prayer. And then optional, you can go from there, straighten the legs and straighten the arms. Holding 1, the hands point towards the feet. 2, firm the thighs, lift the chest. 3, shoulders away from the ears. 4, crown of the head pushes into the ground. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands come back to prayer, feet come back to ground. Grab the back of the thighs and then lift the head up and come back down. Through Chakrasana, optional, or just rock yourself back up into seated. Through Vinyasa, hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. And dropping down onto the knees. Sarvangasana, Shishasana, headstand. Interlace your elbows. Get the forefinger knuckle on the outer edge of the elbow, and then interlacing the fingers. Interlace them so the webbings of the fingers press firmly into each other, thumb tips are touching, and then rest the wrist down onto the mat. Bring the back of the head into the net in your hands, and the crown of the head would be in the center of the triangle. Then tuck the toes, walk the feet in, and then you can either stay here for beginners or those that can straighten the legs. Lift the legs up and coming into the headstand. Holding there. 1, push the wrists down firmly. 2, squeeze the elbows towards each other. 3, shoulders away from the ears. 4, engage the buttocks a bit, engage the thighs a bit. 5, reach up through the toes. 6, 7, are the wrists still pushing down? 8, the shoulders still away from the ears. 9, 10. Those that want the pike, bringing the legs down until the legs are horizontal with the ground. So generally that's once you can see the toes, and then holding there. 1, reach through the toes. 2, firm the thighs. 3, back of the thighs lifting. 4, wrists pushing down, shoulders away from the ears. 5, inhale, bring the legs back up. And then exhale, bend the knees and come down. Resting in child's pose, the forehead on the mat. The hands can be either in front or by the sides, either is fine. And just taking a few breaths here, allowing the awareness to recenter again. So it's awareness to your forehead in this pose. Your awareness to that soft area between the eyebrows. And just letting your feeling of self or your feeling of I amness, the feeling of I amness to just rest between the eyebrows and that frontal lobe of the brain. Just resting in the nice stillness that lives there. And then bringing your awareness from that withdrawn position and opening it back up again to sound of the breath. And then into the body as you bring the hands to the ground and step back so you're in the Chaturanga, opening the eyes, gaze forwards, core active, lower down Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step or hop through, coming into seated. And Yoga Mudrasana. Right leg comes back, fold the right leg into lotus, and then the left leg. Again, if you can't take lotus pose, easy cross legs. The left hand comes behind the back and grabs the toe. The right hand goes behind the back and then grabs your right toe. Okay, if you can't grab the toes, you can use the towel to make up the distance, or just grab hold of your elbows. On your next exhale, the forward fold, chin towards the ground. 1, push the knees down to help the sitting bones stay grounded. 2, shoulder blades squeeze together. 3, flex your toes will help the grip. 4, 5, crown of head forward, sitting bones back. 6, 7, 8, initially it can be forehead on the mat and then eventually chin. 9, 10. Inhale, come up. Exhale and release the feet. Coming for Ujjayi pranayama. Just take whichever seated position is comfortable for you, and if you need to sit onto a block or a blanket, just taking one of those. Straighten out the arms, thumb and the forefinger touching, and rest the wrists down onto the knees. Twirl up through the crown, and then lowering the chin down. Notice it's just a gentle touching of the thumb and the forefinger together. And then bring awareness through the arms, up to the throat, and then awareness to the gentle tension that you maintain low on the throat. So try and notice the difference between high on the throat and low on the throat. High on the throat is when it's a little bit more like a hissing sound. It sounds a bit more strenuous and aggressive. And then there's awareness low on the throat, which you can get if you push your tongue onto the roof of the mouth, relax your jaw, and then try to make the same sound. And you'll notice it's more cavernous, more resonant sound. There's something more soothing about that deep rasping sound than there is to the high hissing sound. And in fact, it's if the sound is coming from higher on the throat, that's said to create a more stressful response for the nervous system. Okay? So we want to feel more comfortable as we go through the austerities of a daily practice. So we want to do something that's going to calm the nervous system down. And you can do that very effectively if you are aware of that sound low on the back of the throat, creating deep, resonant sound. A deep, resonant breath, smooth and even, is what's going to be toning the vagus nerve. And if you can tone your vagus nerve, then you can control your responses in a far more beneficial way to any kind of stressful experience in your life. So that you won't need to, the mind won't go to a knee-jerk kind of negative reaction. I'll stay like this with the breath, just a few more minutes. Tracing that sound that's smooth and even. Awareness up the spine on the inhale, down the spine the exhale. Keeping the sound of the breath. Bring the hands onto the ground. And coming up for Utpluti, lift the knees up, then lift the bottom up. Holding here. 1, if you can get the feet off the ground, bring them off the ground as well. 2, squeeze the knees towards each other. 3, spine up between the shoulder blades. 4, connect to your forefinger knuckle. 5, connect that through your tricep. 6, twirl up through the crown. 7, knees up. 8, 9, and we'll just do 10 today. Slowly come down. Hopping back into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Lift the chest. Point the toes. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, hop forwards onto the feet. look front. Exhale, release the neck, look to the nose. Inhale, keep the hands by the sides, but curl yourself back up into standing. And bringing the hands into prayer. Awareness between the eyebrows. And we'll chant the closing mantra. Swasti prajabhyaha paripalayantam nyayena magena mahim mahishaha go brahmanivyaha subhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Releasing the hands. Ekam, inhale, look thumbs. Dwe, exhale, folding. Trini, inhale, look up. Chatwari, exhale, hop back, chaturanga. Panch, inhale, lift the chest. Shat, exhale, down dog. Sapta, hop through, cross the ankles, sitting down. And then turning around, lie down on your back, and take a rest. Just letting the feet flop out to the sides, hands flop out to the sides, shrug the shoulders away